The death of 62-year-old Countess Cornelia Bandy is perhaps one of the first legitimate reports of spontaneous human combustion. What is that? What is spontaneous human combustion? Why am I talking about it? And what is spontaneous human combustion? For those of you, like me, who weren't aware what spontaneous human combustion, or SHC for short, is, apparently, it is the concept of combustion of a living or recently deceased human body without an apparent external source of ignition. In the case of Cornelia, it's just hit me that is a super weird name. Apparently, after she talked to the maid and had some supper, she was put to bed. And when that same maid returned to wake up Cornelia, she stumbled upon a grisly scene. Quote, "The floor was thick smeared with a gluish moisture, and from the lower part of the window trickled down a grisly loath, some yellowish liquor with an unusual stink." End quote. So little Cornelia apparently went to bed, and I guess she didn't wake up because she was engulfed in flames. She left a bunch of soot across the entire room and probably scared the shit out of her maid. But how does that happen? What do you think spontaneous human combustion is?
It's when you talk to someone and then they explode.
The other day, my dad told me a story about the time he read a magazine about human combustion, and it apparently freaked him out. And in my head, I was like, that's content. So I went on eBay and I ordered 77 of those magazines. Here's the magazines. Anyway, I bought them because I thought there'd be some interesting stuff in there for some YouTube videos, and there was. I discovered old Cornelia's story, and I was like, I kind of see why he was freaked out. You know, I kind of see why he was freaked out. Luckily, from what I've read, it's only old people. I don't imagine there's a lot of old folks watching this channel. If you are, God bless. I'm really praying you don't combust, because it seems like whoever's doing this, or whatever's doing this, really doesn't like you guys. Statistics show it's probably not going to happen. If you are over 60, though, definitely probably don't fall asleep, because all of these happen. I mean, most of them are when old people fall asleep.
Frank was freaking out and making me freak out.
I was in sheer panic. All I could do was try to fight it.
Another theory that I had while reading through two of the 77 magazines was maybe God is just doing a bit of damage control. Like, think about when humans were, just getting started. We'd live to like 12 years old because we were pathetic. And now we're living like 80, 90, I guess. And maybe God was like, hold up, nerf these motherfuckers. You can witness your grandma burst into flames once, and everything will be completely normal. But if you don't, forever, in every meal, there will be at least 3 random hairs in your food.
Oh, I'm sorry, Grandma. I can't do the 3 hairs. Grandma gotta go. Grandma gotta go.
Dr. J. Irving Bentley, a retired physician, lived on the ground floor of an apartment building in Coudersport. Hold on, I'm gonna look at what Coudersport is. Top 10 best things to do in Coudersport. TripAdvisor. Where is this? Pennsylvania. Yeah, now people are definitely spontaneously human combusting over there. 100%, no doubt in my mind. On the cold morning of December 5th, 1966, Don Gosnell entered the building's basement to read the meter for North Penn Gas Company. In the basement, a light blue smoke of unusual odor hung in the air. There had been no answer to his greeting on the way in, so he decided to look in on the old man. Gosnell then peered into the bathroom and was confronted with a sight he will never forget. He saw a large hole that burned through the floor of the basement, exposing the pipework below. On the edge of that hole was a brown leg from the knee down, like that of a mannequin. He didn't look any further than that, and he fled from the building.
I thought I was a werewolf for a brief period of time, and I was terrified beyond words of spontaneous human combustion.
So in a lot of the cases of this human spontaneous combustion, these old people they'll just be chilling. Usually in their home. And what is in homes? Anyone? Anyone in the class? Wood. This desk that I'm sat on. fake IKEA wood. But we all know from playing survival games, wood burns. So you'd think when these motherfuckers spontaneously combust into fire, their house would burn down. Listen, I believe in science. NASA tells me Earth is round. Yes. Why would I not believe you? I can see all you flat earthers in the comments. Sheep. Shut up. Tell me that there's a thing called gravity shore. There. Proved. I'm on board, sign me up. But this is where science starts to lose me a bit. Professional cremation experts, aka the people that, burn people for a living, have stated that in order for a body to burn, as described in the SHC scenarios, a body would have to be burnt at 3,000 degrees Fahrenheit for 3 to 4 hours. Why is the house not looking like Stonehenge? I have a really important question to ask you.
What is that question, Brandon?
First of all, I need you to close your eyes.
Alright, I'm closing my eyes.
I need you to imagine for a second that you're sat at home and you drift off to sleep. You wake up to find yourself on fire.
No.
Ed, this isn't gonna work if you
You're
don't...
not recording a video, are you? I knew you were recording a video after you told me to close my eyes.
You sit back in your chair, you close your eyes and you slowly fall asleep. And when you awake, you're on fire from the inside. Go. Mary Reza was another old lady who died from SHC. This lady fell asleep in the corner of her room in her chair and then just apparently burnt to a crisp, as there's a common theme in these stories. Now obviously, in order to do that, we've just found out she would have had to be burned at 3,000 degrees Fahrenheit for 3 to 4 hours. Now keep that in mind when I tell you that the wall was unaffected, that was about 10 centimeters away from her, and also the chair was basically it was like chilling. That shit wasn't, like, how did that not burn? One human combustion story I can look past and be like, they probably just messed up a few facts, no big deal. But there's been 200 reports of this in the past 300 years. If this thing is real, what is it? Is it a chemical reaction between methane and body fat? Is it God? Is it some fat obese kid on his simulated world computer just messing with us? Like, I don't know. I'm really rooting for the third option because it will be kind of funny. The scariest part of it all is it just randomly happens when these people are asleep. Now, when you're old and decrepit, maybe a small little memory of this video will creep into your brain and you might just be a little bit more afraid of falling asleep, just in case you spontaneously human combust. Also, what's this whole leg thing? Why is it always just a leg? Why is there just always a leg left? Maybe God has a foot fetish.
Like, そういう感じで it's just like cassette tape の clickety clacks が入ったん。
Well, it's pretty good for a first piece of art. It's not bad, I'd say. But it's been locked out. So, yeah. It's just nice out.